Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth and last class of Free Revit Week from Revit Apprentice. This is our final class this week and I hope you're still with me. We have been through a bunch of commands in Revit and interface and a lot of the things that we need to do in order to design and model things in Revit. And today we're going to talk about topography. I know there's a lot of landscape architects out there, and there's a lot of architects that need landscaping and site plans, and that's something that we do a lot. So I wanted to bring on this course. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Okay, so to do that, to start with, to create a topographical surface, you come here to Site. Okay, to this tab Site, and you see that I have here those two options that I can click, and I'm gonna start with Topo Surface. Okay, when I do that, immediately I have this drawing tool here. These options show up, and I can draw my surface in two different ways, and I'm gonna show you both. Okay, so I can literally like place points. Okay, so I'm gonna start with that, and you see here the elevation of those points. Okay, so the elevation here of every point that I pin is gonna be 0. Okay, so I can even do on 3D, and you see how it's creating this topographical surface, and it's all on 0. Okay, if I want the next points to be like a foot higher, then I just do that, and you see here I'm gonna rotate, and then you see that this is a foot. These points are a foot taller. Okay, I'm gonna exaggerate here so you can see more. I'm gonna see 3 feet. Okay, and then it starts to create the site. Okay, and let's just say, let's leave it at that. So here we have this weird little site that's tilted up, and basically you just place points, and then you place the points on the elevation, and it just creates the surface for you. Okay, you can edit the surface when you click on it, and you see all the points that you created, and then you can edit this. If you need to move it around, you can move it around. Okay, you can move those dots around, and for example, like if this is too far, you can just move back. I just click MV on my computer, and that's the shortcut for move, and you see that you can model this, and you can also select one of these points, and then you're gonna see here the elevation 3 and 3, and I'm just gonna exaggerate here for you to see, and I'm gonna put 6, and it literally just creates that surface that's 6 feet, and I can even just, let's say 12, and it creates that, and create all the surface lines, the contour lines as well. So it creates all that, so you can create your site plan like that, right? So that's a simple and easy way to do, but usually you don't really have a design or draw a site like that, right? Because usually you have a topographical like plan, you have something that was made by a professional, and then you need to recreate that into your plan, and that's totally doable. So for now, I just wanted to show you that. Okay, I will delete this, so you know. And usually those surface plans, they are in CAD files, right? And the way you're going to create this is that we are going to import a CAD file. So you're gonna come here, insert, all right, on this tab, insert, and you're gonna import CAD, all right, import CAD. So I have here my topographical plan, and I just place it inside my model. Okay, nothing show up, but I will use a shortcut now that's ZE, which stands for zoom extends. So zoom extends, so it shows everything that I have on my screen. Okay, so I have here, this is the house, and this is the topographical the surface that I just imported. Okay, so I'm gonna show more detail to you in just a second, but I will unpin. So you see here that this is a pin, and that was locking that CAD file on this location because it comes from the coordinates from the CAD file. So I just unpin, and I'm just gonna move it to where my plan is. Okay, just move it to where my plan is. I'm gonna show you a little bit more detail now. So I have here my contour lines, and then you see that I just have one layer here. Okay, so I had to create just a CAD file with just that layer, or I have to make sure all contour lines are on the same layer. Okay, and then you're gonna see why. And they also have to be on this axis. You see here how they're moving up. So in CAD, they need to be on that level as well. So you have to use a little bit of 3D CAD, and if you don't know that, you can we can see on other tutorials how to do that, and that's definitely something that we're going to be covering on the full Revit Apprentice course. But for now, just like see that each one of these contour lines are on a different level. They're not flat, okay? They are on different levels, and that's what's going to enable us to create the surface, okay? So I'm just going to click MV again, all right, this shortcut, and I'm just going to place it. Like I'm gonna place my house more or less center in this site. All right, and I see here that I have the site selected, and the base level it's a footing now, and I'm gonna select first floor, so it's like closer to where I drew the house and everything. Okay, so you see that the contour lines they moved up, so they're there now. All right. So I have my contour lines. I can give some offset here, like a foot. Don't have to, okay? It depends on really what's on the side, all right? And then I'll come here to site, and I will select this topo surface, okay? Topo surface. And before we're doing this, place point, okay? Place point. But I will select this one now, create from import. So basically, we're gonna select an import instance, like a DWG, DXF, or all these formats, and we do have a DWG here. So I basically just click here, and when I click, it opens this window asking which layers do I want to create this topo surface from, and on this case I only had the layer 0, so I'm just gonna select that. But if you have other layers, you can deselect the other layers and just leave it on your contour lines. And it's really important that you have all your contour lines on the same layer, okay? So Revit knows how to read it, okay? So I selected the layer, I hit OK, and then boom, just like that, it creates my topographical surface. You see it? You see it here? That's similar. We have the points here that we can change as well. So let me show it to you. So just like we did before, we can move these points like to whatever we want, okay? If we think we need to move it around for a project, that's actually really common, so that happens. And also we can place new points if we want to, okay? So same thing, I just need to make sure the elevation here is where I want it to be. So this is 0, so I'm just gonna place it here, 0 here, and it just alters my contour, okay? And I can also select this, and I can change the elevation to 3 feet. It's gonna be ridiculous, but I'm just gonna show you. So it just moved up, okay? And it's changing all the site all around. So this is it, okay? And I can also, like, I can play around with this, and I can create more or less what I needed to do, okay? And then I'm just gonna hit OK, okay? So that's our site, that's our little house, all right? I see here that the site is a little bit above the surface, so I'm just gonna click here, and I will move it down, okay? So I'm selecting here, I'm just gonna click MV again, and I'm able to move the surface down, move it up, or I can do whatever I want with that, okay? Or I can, again, change by the points. All right, So here, I want to take this opportunity to show you this option here, which is visual style. Okay, so visual style here, we have different, like the name say, visual styles. All right, so right now we're on hidden line, which is just black and white and black contours. Okay, but I can choose wireframe if I want to. I can choose consistent colors, which is just like solid colors, and I can choose realistic. Okay, so this realistic here is going to show the materials. Since we haven't like really selected any type of materials, we have this grayish surface here, but you can see there's some shades and you see some light, and the contour comes as this brown, as like dirt or earth. But here, so this is the material. But I can change this for grass if I want to, like here, by selecting the contour and then come here to our properties menu. I come to material and I select here, and I could go into the material box, which we're gonna be covering later. But we can change this for grass, okay? And you can just change the materials. So I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. With the dirt or earth texture. And the last thing I want to show you on this class is how to add like side components or trees. So right here on the side tab, you come here to side components, and Revit has already a bunch of preloaded trees, and you can see here the radius, approximate radius. So you can come here and you just select, this is like a family, and boom, you have your tree right there. Okay, so that's a 18 feet. Let's place a bigger one. Okay, so, and just another one right here, so you can make your site plan. All right, and that's how it shows. So like this is this like realistic trees, and you see they're not super heavy on your plan, and that's how you do that. Okay, so you come here to site plan, you have your house, you have your site, you have your contour lines. Obviously here is like a little bit weird because I moved this out to show it to you, and you have your trees there. So you start to have your site plan, you know, and you have to and you start to seeing that. Okay, so this is pretty cool. You can see that with not a lot of work, we were able to design this house. We have some cool roof. We have different doors and types and windows and walls. And you see there's not a lot of work. And everything that you do, it's very easy to change. And you see that you can see everything in 2D, in 3D, and it expedites the process a lot. With Revit and with BIM in general. So I'm a big fan of Revit. I really think that it was something that made a difference in my curriculum, in my career. It really opened the doors for me to larger offices that I really wanted to work on. And because of that, I decided to make this course. I thought I could help other architects. I know Revit is not mandatory or is not part of the curriculum in many schools yet. So I wanted to do that, and I really hope that this was able to help you. It was able to give you a light on what Revit can do, and I really hope that you enjoyed this, okay, as much as I did. So I will come back to you with another email and I have some bonus for you. That's right. I have 2 bonus for you, okay, on my next email. Something that if you made it to here, I'm sure you'll like it, because it will help you cement what you learned during this course. Okay, it's some goodies, it's some cheat sheets, and some things that I think you're really gonna like it. And so be on the lookout for my next email. I look forward to you seeing that. Okay, and I see you there. Okay, bye.